Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream hosted by me, Mr. Philly. Today we got a good one for you today, guys. Does everybody here like Taco Bell? Anybody? If you're in the mood for that, or you ever had Taco Bell and you're a fan of that, well, I got just the thing. Today I'm making Copycat Quesaritos from Taco Bell. And I actually have a much better recipe, actually, with the rice specifically, and I'll get to that in a second. So, let me turn you up just to make sure that we're turned up. You know, I just felt like Mexican tonight, and fast food you go to these days is just so expensive. You could easily spend $40 for two people at a Taco Bell or a McDonald's. You might as well go to freaking Applebee's. So I decided, I don't usually do copycat recipes, but I just decided to get a little creative. I found a really unique, fast food type recipe, like based on Taco Bell, and I just had to try it. So it looked really easy, so I just had to give it a try. So anyway, all right, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? It was a long day for me, so I'm just really happy to be in my comfort zone. In my kitchen, cooking up a storm like I always do. That's great. Hello, okay. All right, without further ado, let's just get into it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is add some butter to our pan right now. Just get some heat on there. Yeah, we got it already turned our heat up just a little bit, so we're just gonna add some butter. Well, I'm having a good day now because I'm in my kitchen and I'm cooking a nice recipe. It was just a busy day outside of here because I have a day job like so many others. But it's over now and I can't complain. A little more butter. Oh, you're fine. I thought I did see you, but yeah, you weren't on for very long. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. So did you actually watch it afterwards? I take it then? And it was really, and if you've never had it though, I really recommend it. It's such an easy recipe. I don't know if you cook or much into cooking, but if you really want a different dessert, I think that's a really good way to go. Yeah, it was really, really to die for. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is just gonna warm up our tortillas, as they do at Taco Bell, like on their steamers. So I'm using two standard size tacos. So we're using the small ones and the bigger ones. So because you know how you make a quesarito, you put a smaller tortilla on top of their big ones, and they have huge ass tortillas. But these ones are a little bigger than they look. But what I do is you fold them up actually, because the big ones I have aren't that big. So yeah, I just took the small ones and just folded them up. So we're just gonna throw them on the pan here just to get a little heat on them for a little bit, There we go. Well, thank you. It was really good. Thank you so much. Heat that up. Let me heat up here in the pan a little bit. So we're just trying to get some heat on our tortillas. So we're going to remove those, and then we're going to add our big ones. There we go. Just get a little heat on those. And we're going to add them back just to after they're all assembled and everything to get them grilled and all, because grilled is always better. We're just going to get some heat on our tortillas a little bit, that's all. Have you ever tried a banana split, or do you like desserts? I'm not a super big dessert person. I'm sure, but have you seen, or have you watched my shorts? I'm rating a lot of ice cream just because usually that's what wins. I do like desserts and I do like ice cream, but it's more of an occasional thing actually. I'm really picky about what I eat. Besides ice cream usually wins, but yeah, I do have a few dessert recipes. But mostly what you would see 90% of the time is I'm more of a salty, savory type of person. I've been wanting to make some more desserts. My next one, I would really love to make a red velvet cake one of these days. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I totally get it. Yeah. No, that's my stomach's a little sensitive to a lot of things too, and I shouldn't really eat, but I still do anyway. All right. We're just getting a little heat on our, warming up our tortillas. All right, now we're gonna transfer those. All right, and now we're gonna add the star of the show, the beef, and you can use whatever meat you want. You know, I mean, I know Quesaritos, you've been to Taco Bell, you know, they have meat, steak, and chicken. So the ingredients we're going to add is pretty much the same for any meat that you're going to use. So all right, we're not going to add all this just because I know it's going to shrink, but you know, we don't really have enough tortillas for all of it. So we're just going to use what we have, work with what we have right here. We're just going to add our beef right there. We can add a little bit more if we feel we need to. So just got to adapt when you have a little less ingredients. You know, I just don't think we have enough tortillas. You know, because a little bit goes a long way, honestly. Sometimes when when you're making like tacos, well, specifically specifically with tacos or burritos, you know, a lot of the meat will go a long way. A lot of the ingredients, you know, you can find ways to roll them up really thick so way you can get a bite of all the ingredients in every bite that you get. You know? I guess we're gonna add just a little bit more because yeah, that's probably not gonna be enough. Yeah, that's not gonna shrink down. There we go. I think that's good enough. And so for this copycat recipe, I feel like this is actually a better one because you know, with quesaritos, you know, you add rice to it. The rice is seasoned a little bit differently. I just wanted to mention, but I actually think it's a little bit better because you know, I'm here. You know, I'm a veteran of Taco Bell. I worked at Taco Bell on and off for 5 years, way back in the day. I remember making their rice. And they always use like with you know, when you're making, you know, Mexican or burritos or tacos or whatever, usually you use like a Spanish rice or a Mexican type of seasoning, but this seasoning is like a cilantro-lime based seasoning for the rice. So yeah, I found that really unique, and that's why I tried this recipe. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're just gonna get a little browning on that meat, you know. Just gonna wait for that just brown. Just gonna get a little browning on that. You know, it doesn't take long for that. And you know, that's the great thing about this. You know, all you had to buy for this, like if you want homemade Taco Bell or specifically any type of or certain types of fast food, like Taco Bell specifically, you know, all this costs like literally under $10. You know, I bought the tortillas, the meat, and the cilantro, and the rice I already had. So yeah, pretty much all under $10, and you could probably have like, you can get 20 out of this actually if you really wanted to. Imagine how much you would spend outside in a restaurant or even at a fast food place. So nice. Talk about like, you know, Mexican, you know, you're making burritos, you know, if you're making like a homemade Mexican at home, it's very a lot of times it's very, very cost friendly. Because you know, burritos and such go a very long way. So turn that up. So we're just gonna get a little browning on that meat. Try to get a little browning. All right. So is it Jackson? Is that how you would say it with an X? Gotcha. I haven't seen. Do you make videos or anything, or no? Or you just mostly watch a lot of videos? sometimes I can see my subscribers. I think if their settings are on private or public, you know, sometimes you can publicly see who your subscribers are. Alright, we got a good browning on that. Alright, so now we're going to add the mixture. And for this mixture, it's a very, very simple mixture too. Like, again, why I used it, why I chose this recipe. You're going to you basically take some salt and pepper, and then a teaspoon of cilantro. And, well, thank you very, very much, David. Appreciate the comment. So a teaspoon of chili powder, and also half a teaspoon of cumin, which is very common for many Mexican cuisines, and then a half a teaspoon of paprika, and then salt and pepper, and that's pretty much all you need for this. And you can use this mixture like if you were using steak or chicken too. I think it would probably be the same. So we have quite a bit of it. We're not going to use it all, so we're just going to use, I think we're going to actually save this, so we're just going to use until we can coat it all. Yep, we're going to have quite a bit left. You can generously season it, but we'll still have quite a bit of the seasoning left. There we go. Alright, oh, it's smelling so good already. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Like I said, this is all going to shrink down, so yeah, I think this is a good amount that we chose, so yeah, that's great. Alright. How are you, David? So sorry, Jackson, I really wasn't... What? Jackson? Oh, we just watched stuff. Yeah, I wasn't trying to pry or anything. I was just curious. I didn't even know you were technically subscribed. Like I said, I can't see all my subscribers. But a lot of times, sometimes I assume that you probably are subscribed since you return, or the person's returning a lot. So yeah, I was just curious. Alright, we got some good heat on that and some good spice. Oh, smelling great already. Oh yeah, beautiful. Alright. For a second, I'm going to take your guys' attention off this, and then I'm going to cut up the cilantro and then deal with the rice that we're going to cook here in a moment. We have to re-angle the camera really quick. Just let me mute you guys for a moment. Readjust this camera. Here we go. Beautiful. Alright, so for the rice that we're going to be using for this recipe, it required just a little bit of cilantro and a cup of rice, well, 2 cups of rice, but I just use 1 because a little bit of rice will go a long way. And also, a tablespoon of lime juice and 2 cups of rice and a little bit of cilantro, as much as you want to add. So we're going to cut up the cilantro, we're going to add that. And I'm using a rice cooker today, so for my rice, what I always do, well, it's what I always usually do. Rice cooker is a very easy, very efficient way of cooking rice, and it's, very fast. I still think it's a very efficient way, and I think it traps in a lot of great moisture. So yeah, if you don't have a rice cooker and you cook rice a lot, I recommend getting one. It will change your life. Alright, so we're going to chop up our cilantro. We already went ahead and added a couple of rice, and then white rice is what you want to use for this recipe, and then a tablespoon of lime juice. So now we're just going to go ahead and add the last ingredient, which is the cilantro. So, alright. Oh, I didn't know you were subbed that long. Interesting. Alright, here we go. There we go. Oh, and one of the things, also, I will definitely, if you guys want to make this recipe, or you like what you see, I will definitely link in the description box below the ingredients. So yeah, I hadn't done that before, but I will start doing that. It's just a lot of writing. But yeah, definitely will be listing all the ingredients for this recipe. So feel free to give it a try if you're interested and you like what you see. Alright, there we go. We got our cilantro all chopped up, so we're about to transfer that in our rice cooker here in a few seconds. Yeah, beautiful. Alright, so now we're about to take our chopped up cilantro and add it to our rice cooker. There we go. And when you're using a rice cooker, you know, for every cup of rice that you use, it's 2 cups of water. So now we're going to add our 2 cups of water and just let that cook. And it only takes about 20 minutes. It's very fast and very efficient. So yeah, that's why I recommend, if you don't have a rice cooker and you cook rice all the time, definitely get one. There we go. Beautiful. And now we're just going to set that to cook. There we go. All right, and you know what? That's pretty much all the recipe, and we just gotta wait till everything is done. So yeah, I'm gonna switch you guys around and go back to our readjust the camera in a second, and then just go back to focusing on our meat. So give me a moment. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Like I always say, just dealing with a small kitchen, just readjusting the camera, just a little bit of a challenge sometimes. So yeah, our beef and our meat is cooking really, really well. You know, it's almost done. So I've just turned that down to a very low level. So we just got a little bit of time. So so we're just right now it's just playing the waiting game, waiting for our rice to cook, and then we're gonna assemble our quesaritos. So yeah, like I said, this is a very simple recipe. You know, if you're craving Taco Bell and you just don't really want to spend the extra buck, then this quesarito recipe is a really good way to go, very cost friendly. And honestly, I think the Quesarito too itself is actually one of those discontinued items. It wasn't always my go-to, but I did like it. When I made it, yeah, I do like the rice does add the flavor. I think that's where I think it's where the signature flavor of the Quesarito came from Taco Bell. But I think there's one location that actually did bring it back. I don't know if they still have it, but yeah, the Quesarito. Gosh, I really want to say this place one place that I worked, that I live close by to, still has it. Profile picture is so I don't. If you've ever been to Philly or seen pictures of Philly, it is actually the crap. It's down in Independence Hall. It's like if you look up Philly, that's one of the pictures that will pop up. It's just a really popular landmark. It's the Center City. And I think it's actually no. That's the street. Like if you know where the Rocky statue is when you walk up those stairs. That's actually if you were to take a picture and face that way, that's what you would see. So yeah. Hello, Diego. I think I've seen you before. How you doing? All right, let's give our meat a taste. Excellent seasoning. Excellent. Very good seasoning mix. Very simple, very easy. Very good. Very good. But yeah, anyway, to answer your question, so if you were standing on the Rocky Steps, which is actually a museum, well, actually it used to be right there, but then they moved it right next door. But yeah, the top of the steps is actually where the Rocky, part of the Rocky movie was filmed, and that's where the Rocky statue is, and that's actually a museum in there. I've been in there before. But yeah, that's actually where my profile picture is. It's like just a picture of Center City, like if you were to look that way. And yeah, that's where I was born and bred. So yeah, and I think that has a lot of influence in my tasting in my passion of food, because I don't know where you're from, but if you go live on the West Coast or any place else, food on the East Coast and Philly just tastes so much different. So yeah, probably did have an influence on my love for cuisine and everything, the Philly cheesesteaks and all. I don't know if you've ever been or ever had a real authentic one. I recommend trying it if you ever go back out there or head out that way. You will not regret it. But yeah, good question. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Let me move some stuff out of the way. I hope that answered your question. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't go over your head. I don't know if you've ever traveled much or ever been to Philadelphia or any place back east or anything. Oh, okay, cool. Have you ever, if I may ask, have you ever been to Philly? Oh. So, you don't have to answer. Where are you from? Do you live on the East Coast or Midwest or West Coast or what? If I may ask. Heat down just a little bit. So, actually, this was something that I was going to ask in my last video, but you weren't there. So, yeah, actually, it's one of the reasons why. What do we make? We are making Copycat Taco Bell Quesaritos. No, one of their iconic burritos. Yes, and I found a really, really easy, nice recipe. And this one I think is actually even better. So yeah, very easy to make and very cost friendly. So anyway, so to get back to you, something that I was going to ask, but yeah, I noticed that you weren't on there. So one of the things that I was going to ask was, so this weekend I haven't done this in a long time. So I wanted to go camping out actually, and I found a really nice place to do so. And I haven't been camping since I was like 12 years old. Yeah, I never really got to do any much outdoorsy things. Growing up, I think my dad took me hunting once, maybe. Well, there was one time that I did go camping when I was 12 years old. There was this church that we were associated with because we were homeschooled, and they took a lot of homeschooling people. And yeah, that was out in Pittsburgh actually, which was 7 hours away from where I lived in Philly, and it was a nice wooded area, so it was kind of cool. It's not something that I would do all the time, but yeah, that was the only time in my life I ever went camping. But this weekend I really wanted to go try something different. I wanted to go out and find a nice, really campsite, find some solace, and because the weather's going to be really, really beautiful. And I was thinking that I would, cook a really nice steak recipe and cook out in the open air, and crack a few beers. I think that would be really, really cool. And I really wanted to ask, since I had a really, really big audience the other day, how you guys felt about that. I think that would be really, really cool. Just really wanted to try something different that I haven't tried in a very long time. So yeah, I think that'd be really, really cool. Yeah, I'm down. I mean, that is still the plan to do this weekend. So yeah, hope you guys will see me, at a campsite, cooking some really, really good steak recipe, camping out in the open air and all, pitching a tent, sipping on some beers. So yeah, that'd be really, really cool. I was just hoping that, or hoping that I would get some insight and some suggestions from everybody else and other people's approval. So, but yeah, we don't really see too many people on tonight. So yeah, the other night I had quite a few people on. I was going to ask you, but then the audience died down a lot. So yeah, it would just be nice to have other opinions and other suggestions. So, but it's all good. Yeah. But yeah, that is still the plan this weekend though. Go out camping, cook on an open fireplace. Be kind of cool, Just really wanted to do something, to get away this weekend, someplace peaceful, build a fire, cook a nice recipe, sip on a few beers, maybe tell some ghost stories or something. Yeah, camp out. I'd really love to share that experience with you guys. Yeah, I think that'd be a really, really cool experience. So, yeah. So maybe this weekend we'll see. Yeah, if the weather's good and I don't get sick or anything or nothing comes up, we'll see. All right. So yeah, and this right here, I think this. Yeah, you really don't need that much. With burritos and Mexican or tacos. Dump taco salad. I was never a big taco salad fan. Well, not from Taco Bell. I mean, I like taco salad, not my favorite thing, but it's all right. Alright? Just alright? I do not work out, you know. Well, I mean, I do some exercises every day. I do, well, every other day. I do push-ups and I do leg exercises and things like that. Um, but no, I don't really work out. I've been wanting to, but you know, I have a day job and you know, it does take a lot of my time up. And you know, usually when I get home, I'm really tired. But no, I am planning on, you know, this gym that I want to go to, actually not very far from me, actually does have a cheap membership. So I've been wanting to do that. One of these days, yes, I will be hopefully getting a membership. I don't think I'm going to go too hard, but yeah, it would be nice to stay active again. So I do plan on doing that. But yeah, good question. Yeah. Oh yes, I actually do have a Indian recipe. Actually, that's one of my favorites. I made what do you call it? I don't can't remember. I make so many different things. It's on the tip of my tongue. I remember. Um, Chicken curry. Yeah, I made that before, and I have another version of it. I don't think it was the one that is in my live video. Yes, I made that many times, and it actually came out really delicious. So, thank you for asking. Actually, yeah, that was the last Indian cuisine, which I think may have been a chicken curry, was really good. So yeah, I really loved the outcome of it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So, all right, give me a moment. I'm gonna go check on the rice. Whoop. Oh, rice is coming along. All right, our rice is almost done, it looks like. No, I am not a chef. I've seen you before, Save for Life vlogs. You've asked me that, haven't you? No, I know I've seen you before. No, but actually, that is the plan on next year to go back to, there was actually a tech school that I plan on going to that I wanted to go to this year, but you know, some things came up and I didn't. But I do plan on going to tech school for a culinary certificate. They have a pretty interesting culinary program that I really want to take. And actually, in the next few weeks, actually, there's actually a culinary workshop actually not very far from where I live, and I just sent them an email, and they were telling me about the classes they had. So yeah, very soon that I hope to in the next few weeks start some culinary classes, and there's actually chefs that work there and do some private lessons. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So anyway. Oh, okay. So, near Chicago. Oh, wow. Wow, interesting. I have never been to that part. I'd love to check that out. I would love to try the Chicago style deep. I do like deep dish pizza actually. Sometimes, I mean, to an extent, I like it a little bit more than New York style because that's what we have on the East Coast. But I actually like sauce because I mean, Chicago style deep dish has a lot of sauce in the recipe, pizza sauce, and I like a lot of pizza sauce. I think a lot of flavor should come from there. So yeah. Absolutely. I loved it. Yeah. Pretty much. So yeah, all right. So give me a moment. We're about to assemble our quesaritos and we're about to dig in. All right. This is a Copycat Taco Bell quesaritos. Alright, so I'm gonna have to readjust you guys here again. Oh yeah. Oh, how far away? Like an hour, 2 hours, like a little bit of ways, or very close? Alright, I'm gonna readjust you guys again so I can show you me assembling the quesaritos, our homemade quesaritos. guys. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. All right. There we go. We got our little tortillas and our big tortillas. All right, we're about to assemble. All right, so we're gonna get some beef. And now we're gonna add some supposed to use white cheese, yellow cheese, shredded cheese, but we don't have any, so we're just gonna use white cheese. We're just gonna adapt. So yeah, let me get the cheese grater real quick. Oh man, I would love to. I love, you know, constructive criticism. I love when people try my food. Oh man, I love cooking. I love cooking for people. I love sharing my ideas. I love inspiring. Oh man, it's so cool. Cooking is such a beautiful art, and it's a beautiful art to share with others, you know? Oh, I can imagine. Oh, so it's like life in the fast lane there. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. So if I may ask, are you in college or are you in high school or what? Are you a young one? I have a lot of young followers. No offense. Don't take that offensively. Well, that's all good. Like to teach this young generation so a few tips and tricks of the trade and cooking and all. Hopefully inspire some younger people to actually start cooking or trying one of my recipes. Alright, so yeah, we grated some cheddar, white cheddar. It's supposed to be yellow cheddar, but we don't have any, so we're going to add the cheese, you know, cheddar cheese. And I've noticed this Frito cheese, jalapeno cheese, you know, when you're making Taco Bell, and I watched this from another video, that actually is the closest to Taco Bell, I think, cheese. And yeah, I remember because I worked there, so yeah, we're going to add that. There we go. Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. I have a lot of young followers, so yeah. Well, I appreciate you watching my show. You know, when I was 11, I didn't give a shit about cooking shows, so I really appreciate that. Excuse my language. Alright, now we're going to add the sour cream. Probably should add the rice first, but I will. Good. It is just regular beef, like hamburger meat. Just regular beef, so it's like hamburger meat. Now we're going to add the rice. That's what they call it around here in Midwest, hamburger. So yeah, just beef, like beef patty, just ground beef, I would call it, yeah. Back east we call it ground beef. Alright, now we're going to roll our tacos up. See if I can roll these and I can remember. Oop. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. All right. All right, so now we're gonna take a taste test. All right. All right, homemade. Whoop. Sorry about that. Got some sour cream on that one. All right, homemade quesaritos. Homemade Taco Bell quesaritos, Copycat. All right. The meat and the rice are fantastic. Oh my gosh. You probably blindfold somebody and give them this, and they really wouldn't be able to tell. They probably think that they're eating a quesarito from another upscale version of Taco Bell. Oh man, really good. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks everybody for watching my video. You know, my phone's at a really low battery right now, so I'm gonna have to end this video. So, alright, well, thanks everybody. Don't forget to like and follow, and as always, happy cooking everyone. Appreciate all the likes and subscribes tonight. Have a good night. Bye.